Hi everyone! That's not the one I wanted. Hi everyone! How's it going? How we doing? Oh my goodness gracious me. Hello, I like soup. Hello, ducky. Hello, donks. Hello, insect. Welcome home. Thank you. Yeah, you might hear a little bit of an echo at first, but that's fine. It should be clearing up in a second. How are we all? How are we all? Congratulations, the married woman is back. She is married. Yay! I miss you too, Soup. And Ducky, you guessed Zelda 2. I forgot to even put up the OST message. But you are correct. It is Zelda 2. You win a free channel point reward of your choice. Go you. Well done. Thank you for the welcome home, Insect. It feels nice to be back. It does feel so nice to be back. It has been so long since I've streamed. It's been, what, like 2 weeks? 3 weeks? Yeah. I am very excited. Wait, what I legit get? Yeah, no, that was Zelda 2. One of the most banging soundtracks. The Zelda 2 soundtrack is so underrated. I love it so much. Alright, let's just quickly do that. Hey, thank you for the 25 stream streak, Ducky. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Alright, let's get into this, shall we? Bear with me for 1 second. I've been missing streaming so much that I had a dream last night, not last night, but a few nights ago, that I was streaming Twilight Princess, and I was really excited to be streaming Twilight Princess, but I can't because, well, my controller breaks my computer. So bear with me while I just get everything sorted. Do you like my portable hard drive with the burn mark in it? No idea how I burnt it, but it happened about 12 years ago, so oops. Give me a second while I get everything together. I've got to find my controller. There it is. We're just sitting in this lovely cam view while I get everything set up. Let's go create new tracker. Perfect. Alrighty. You've been sick since last night. You've got a sore throat. Oh, I know. I'm so sorry to hear that, Insect. How are you feeling now? Like, I don't know, you said you've had a sore throat since last night, but have you got the meds? Have you got the, have you got meds? Are you taking care of yourself? Are you resting, relaxing? You need to give yourself a break. Rest, relax, chill out. Create new tracker, Majora's Mask. There we go. Oh, there we go. Not a whole lot better. I'm sorry to hear that. Also, Ducky, I promise I'm not ignoring you. Just bear with me for 1 second. Oh, by the way, yeah. We're switching over to gameplay now. Give me a second. Well, we will be switching over to gameplay in a second. Bear with me for a sec. Boom. Boom. There we go. Not a whole lot better. I'm so sorry to hear that. Being sick genuinely sucks so much. Alright, there's one. Now let's get number 2, and then while we're getting number 2 up, we can get that up. That works. Alright, load, tracker, Ocarina of Time. Alright, bear with me, everyone. I was going to be more prepared for this. I was set to be more prepared to start stream, and then unfortunately muffins threw up, so there we go. That's much better. Alrighty. Game. There we go. Alright. Whoa, that's not right. Bear with me for a sec. Sorry guys, bear with me. Why are you not working? Oh, it is working. I just had it muted. That's a lot better. There we go. Alright, alright. We're good. We're cooking. We're cooking. Alright. name. Someone give me a file name while I read through everyone's comments. So how was it? How was the wedding? Good weather. It was excellent weather. The wedding was amazing. I had a great time. I will talk more about it soon, I promise. Oh no, I'm just getting over being sick. I've been terribly sick for the past 2 weeks and had really bad conjunctivitis. Oh my god, you poor thing. Oh my god. Okay. Fingers crossed you're okay now. Conjunctivitis does not sound fun. I've never had it. I do not wish to have it. So, hope you're doing alright. Lemon and honey in hot water. It's witchcraft. Ooh, I've been drinking throat coat tea. What's throat coat tea? Is that like Lemsip or something? Also, hello Gabs. Hello Gabs, how you doing? I see the file name is Mrs. Link. I like that. Alright. I really should fix the sensitivity on my controller. It is rough. There we go. That just barely fits into the character count. That's hilarious. To your lemon, honey, and hot water, there is something called a hot toddy. If you are of age in your respective country, I can highly recommend it. It is lemon, honey, boiling water, and whiskey. And I don't know what to tell you, but it works for me. It works perfectly for me. Also, it feels like medicine, so it's not like you're not. It goes from drinking alone on a work night to medicine. That is terrible. Do not take my life advice for anything, please. Oh my god. Okay. Thank you for the file name, Ducky. All right. I'm still dying. I think you've got an ear infection. Oh my. An ear infection. Oh my god. Yikes. That's not good. Are you okay? It's 6 season, I swear. I feel like that. It feels like 6 season, honestly. I know for the 2 weeks leading up to the wedding, I was taking Sudafed every day. I was taking cold and flu medicine every day. Just because most of my family was really sick in the lead up to the wedding. And I was so worried that I was going to catch it. Alrighty. So in case you are wondering, this is Ocarina of Time Majora's Mask combined into one randomizer. Our goal is to defeat Ganon and Majora. It's a pretty standard randomizer. All the dungeons are shuffled though. Give. Hang on. This has got to be a trap. This has got to be a trap. Literally the first item. Okay. I'll vibe with that. Light arrows is our first item. This is gonna be a good seed. Actually, now that I've said that, the seed is gonna take 24 hours to complete, and it's going to kill us. Oh my goodness gracious me. I have whiskey, no lemon or honey. Whiskey by itself then. Dare I say? And we've got a cookie. Oh my god, okay. Oh, right, tracker. We've got a sword in Majora's Mask now as well. That's pretty good. Hello DJ Amplify. How's it going? How you doing? Thank you very much for the congratulations. I really appreciate it. It's been a good period of time. I got married, I cut my hair, I got 2 new piercings. It's been a good time. The important stuff right there. Yeah, Tiny and I both needed steroids to get over chest infections. Yikes. You just want to be part of the party. Also, hello Tiny. Hello Tiny. I hope you're doing well if you're there. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Nutting. Perfect. We could actually do with some Deku Nuts. TBH. There we go. Yes, hello Tiny if you're there. I'm waiting for the doctors to call me so I can go get antibiotics. I'm just on the sofa right now. I need to stop reading chat and trying to play at the same time. Fingers crossed that it goes well waiting for the docs and that you're not waiting for too long, because I don't know what telehealth appointments are like when where you are, but I'm dead. I don't know what telehealth appointments are like where you are, but for me, or for telehealth appointments in Australia, it's like we will call you sometime between now and Friday, and if you miss the call once, bye-bye $60. I really don't like doing telehealth appointments. I literally got a telehealth appointment to refill a script or something. And they took my $60, said, we can't help you, bye, and then hung up on me. That was it. Yeah. It's a wedding present. Literally, the light arrows is a wedding present. Not bad. Not bad, game. Oh, I also got new tires after one of them popped off. That's not good. That's not good. That's really not good. Oh my god. There we go. It looks great. Thank you. Thank you very much. I don't know how to show you the piercings without leaning weirdly close to the camera, but oh well. I have my vertical helix now, and I have my doth or daith, however you like to pronounce it, right there. Yes. So she's a pierced up baddie. I was told by so many people that I didn't have the anatomy for the doth piercing, and I was visiting a piercing shop whilst on my honeymoon, and the head piercer there was sitting there going, she's like, I don't know why people tell you don't have the anatomy, you're fine, we can do that today. And I was like, okay, yes please. Yeah, you can get same day telehealth for, okay. To be fair, I think if you go through a doctor's, like if you go through your normal doctors and just do a telehealth appointment, it works better. I was really desperate, so I went through one of those like UpDoc or ZocDoc things, and that just straight up didn't work for me. So it might have been the UpDoc ZocDoc thingy. There we go. I know we can't get into Deku Tree, but there is a gossip stone down here that I do want to check. Yeah, I went through like one of those UpDoc or ZocDocs or whatever you call it. ZocDoc is US. I don't think we have ZocDoc here, but they say a bow can be found inside Ganon's castle. Okay, there are 3 bows in the game, so we know where one of them is. We don't necessarily need to get all of them. Alright, let's check out Lost Woods while we're here. I got to call off work in the morning. I was really hoping I'd be better by now. I'm so sorry, Insect. That genuinely sucks. Hopefully, the dulcet sounds of my voice can help soothe you. I'm kidding. But seriously, I hope you're feeling better soon, because that's awful. Feeling sick is the worst. Actually, I need a notepad. The way I said actually just then, this is for the cringe millennials in the chat. The way I said actually just then, for some reason it just reminded me of, actually Megan, I can't sit anywhere. I have hemorrhoids. Yeah. Give me a second while I find a notepad. I have one somewhere. I know you can still hear me, by the way. Where is my notepad? Alright, you know what? We're popping out the big guns. Gone is the day of my normal flip-through notepad. We are using my Zelda binder. You can tell it's Zelda because there's a little trifle on it. I feel like this is the perfect thing to use for notes for a randomizer. Okay, now I just need a pen. This is embarrassing, guys. I had a pen here. Yes, I do have a pen. We're good. Did I... I'm very unprepared. Alright, Way of Hero, Foolish. Boom. And then we're gonna do hints. Then we're gonna do dungeons. and then we're gonna do bosses down here. Because these bosses are randomized, the dungeons are randomized. Bow at G Castle. This is also the wrong pen to use with this paper. It's smudging everywhere. Okay, and Skull Mask at Shadow. I don't think we'll need that hint, but the fact that it's giving us a hint for Skull Mask when it normally doesn't is a bit of a red flag. Okay. Honestly, they'll call me and be like, we have an appointment at X time, then come in, then I have to go in. Oh, so you have to, like, go in after that. That's interesting. Just hoping they can get me back in today because I'm back at work Thursday. Oh, my goodness. Fingers crossed. I've heard that it takes quite a while to get appointments sometimes in the UK. So, yes, fingers crossed. There we go. It cost me $200 to talk to a doctor via telehealth. Same cost as office visit. Hang on, I'm sorry, it costs you $200 every time you gotta go to the doctor? Like, even in person. $200. That's wild. I don't think I've ever paid $200 for a doctor's visit. Specialist, yes. Doctor, like a normal GP? No. Oh my god. Urgent care is the same. Wow. That's... Oh my god. I did not okay. I knew that hospital stuff was that expensive in the US. I did not realize that seeing a GP is that expensive. Oh yeah, we also have traps in here, by the way. Forgot to mention that one. Wow. Wow. Okay, we don't have any bombs or anything, that's fine. Yikes. That's a big yikes, and we can't go any further because of Mido. That's fine, we can just yeet out. Excellent. I did this once before when I had my last infection and got in the same day, so one can only hope. I'm keeping my fingers crossed for you. I'm keeping them fingers crossed for you. Yeah, oh my god. Love the emoji spam. I'm assuming that's Tiny, but thank you so much. Hello, Tiny. I hope you're doing well. We get a grade. I have a 9,500 deductible. Oh my god. Okay, so in Australia, we have something called Medicare. So don't ask me how Medicare works. I should know because technically, I should know because it's semi-related to the field of work I'm in. Deku Shield, nice. But I don't exactly know. But your the taxes we pay for like bomb bag, pay for bomb bag. Pay for Medicare, which is basic medical insurance. There's also private health insurance on top of that, which covers like, you know, your hospital visits and like your, not all hospital visits, like your ambulance rides and blah 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 blah. And for the most part, a lot of your hospital stuff, but yikes. Because of Medicare, we do not have to pay any... Okay, that's not true. For a lot of GPs, you do not have to pay anything. If you do have to pay something, it's usually discounted because of Medicare. So yeah. You have Medicare to a Medi-Cal. But I make too much to... Wait, there's a such thing as making too much money to qualify for... What am I doing? Why am I going here? I'm going the complete wrong way. Anyway, you make too much money. You have to make less than $2,000. You have to make less than $2,000 a month. But forgive me if I'm wrong. $2,000 a month in Australia is... That's not even my rent. My rent is more than $2,000 a month. Let alone making $2,000 a month. That's ridiculous. Every time I think I'm going to be shocked and horrified to learn about a piece of America, and I'm like, no, hang on. Every time I'm like, I can never be shocked and horrified at the state of healthcare in America. And then I am suddenly shocked and horrified at the state of healthcare in America. Yikes. Yes, our taxes do indeed pay for bum bags. We love that. Or you have to be oh my god. That's a yikes. That's a yikes right there. Sorry. Please ignore my very visceral reaction to the state of the US healthcare. The Song of Soaring can be found in Lon. This is going to be the first seed in a while where Lon is not completely foolish. Song of Soaring at Lon. Easy. I think that's going to be the opponent song check, so we will need an ocarina for that. But that's fine. That's a good hint to have. Oh, Razor Sword! I'll take this sword upgrade. There we go. Alright. Over here you don't have to pay for it, but naturally everyone abuses the shit out of it. I just have to pay for meds. Also, NHS and Medicare are connected. So when you come over and need anything, it's covered. Ooh, okay, that's good to know. I was gonna say, I'm technically a British citizen, so I don't know how that would impact that, but it's good to know. Good to know. Don't forget, here in Australia, bulk billing's the doctor side of Medicare, but there's also the PBS. Yes, there is the PBS, which is the... I have no idea what it stands for, actually. I do, I'm just forgetting. PBS. I've forgotten what that stands for. That's really embarrassing. I should know. There we go. It should be fine both ways. Yeah. See, we're sorted. Oh, right. Okay, hang on. Bear with me, because I completely forgot to do the obvious thing. Let's get a gamba started. Heads or tails, everyone? Alright, let's go. We're going to explore a little bit of Hyrule Field, and then we will go into Castletown, Cack, everywhere like that. We're just going to do a general explore around everywhere. So while we're doing that, don't forget to get your channel points in. Perfect. Get them bomb refills. Oh, come on. Alright. Let's go. But yes, I was waiting till Deku Tree's way over here. Interesting. Deku Tree. Perfect. Yes, I was waiting till we had till we had the randomizer up and running to talk about how the wedding went, because Ducky did ask about that before. The wedding went excellent. We buried a sausage in the backyard, which sounds like a euphemism, and I can assure you it's not. We literally buried a sausage in the backyard because German tradition says that it brings good weather and good prosperity to the marriage. So we did that. Some of my bridesmaids and I did that. We buried a raw sausage in the backyard. And we danced around it going, good weather, good weather. It was great. Absolutely amazing. And the day was wonderful. Yeah, the day was absolutely wonderful. There are like a very small amount of things that I would do differently if I were to do it. If I could rerun the day again, there are a few things I'd run differently. I never actually, because we were running so far behind and the venue was pushing things, like they kept like trying to push us to stick to our schedule, which, you know, is their job. They have to do that. But things kept getting delayed and things kept moving. I never actually got a photo with my own sister, and I feel really bad about that. Yeah, I feel really bad about that. So I would definitely do that again. I would definitely change that. And then I just barely, I don't know, I feel like, okay, it's unavoidable at weddings that especially with a larger wedding, we had something like between 110 and 115 people there. And when you have that many people there, and every single person, you know every single person, and every single person wants to spend time with you, it's inevitable that you don't spend as much time with people that you want to spend. Like, not saying that there's people you don't want to spend time with, but like, you want to spend a good quality amount of time with all 110 to 115 people there, and it's just not possible. So it's not anything I'd necessarily do over, because it's unavoidable no matter what, but I do wish I did get to spend a bit more time with people. There we go. There we go. But yeah, you can't avoid that. And it just gives me an excuse to catch up with people after, like, I got to message a bunch of people being like, I am so sorry that we didn't get to spend as much time together, but you know what, I'm really excited because this gives us an opportunity to catch up in the coming weeks. And I've got so many catch-ups with people scheduled, and I'm so excited. It's what happens at weddings. That's exactly it. It's exactly it. You can't help it. And of course, like, every single person, there was particularly one friend of mine. Every time I made my way over to this one table of people, something happened, and I got Great Fairy Sword. That's the moral of the story. Every time I made my way over to one table, something happened. Like, you know, someone would be like, "Oh, Sally, we need you over here for a second," or a family member would come up, or another friend would come up, or something like that. Like, something would inevitably happen. So the only time I said hello to this person at the wedding was when they were leaving, and I felt really bad because they came in from interstate to visit, to come to this wedding. So shout outs to my friend. Shout outs to my friend Fel. Sorry, but you handled fabulous. But I messaged that person in particular afterwards, being like, I am so sorry that we didn't get to spend much time together, like, you know, especially coming into state. And he was like, are you kidding me? It's a wedding. This is how it goes. And he's like, I was there. That's the important part. Like, you know, you invited me. So everyone's been super understanding, which is really nice. Castle of Kana. I mean, no one's gonna sit there and go, how dare you, Sally? How dare you not spend time with me on your wedding? But yeah. If anyone in chat's getting married anytime soon, just beware. You do not get to spend much time with people. It's always the way, honestly. Yeah, hell yeah, green flag friend. Absolutely. Absolutely. I am very, very blessed in the fact that I have green flag friends everywhere. All my friends are green flags. I did used to have red flag friends, and I cut them out a long time ago. So I'm really blessed to have such wonderful friends. Especially those who traveled a lot to get there, and oh yeah. Even those who travel 20 minutes down the road, honestly, but yeah. Anyone who says otherwise is a red flag. That's it. Exactly. I'm kidding. There we go. But yeah, so I had an amazing group of bridesmaids, an amazing maid of honor. The best man and I tore it up on the dance floor to the Pokemon theme song. It was sick. 10 out of 10 would do again. And if anyone in chat's ever getting married and you need someone to guarantee tear up your dance floor, you know who to call, because I love a good boogie. That was hilarious. Yeah. Hell yeah. Oh my god, so much fun. 10 out of 10 would do again. Oh. For reference, yeah. For reference, Gabs and I have been friends for a very long time, so Gabs actually had the distinction of being at said wedding. Alright, there we go. Did you just double backflip? Did I? Did I? Like that? press A on the frame that you land, you can backflip without stepping at all. Wow, Gabs knows Sal's IRL. I have known Gabs for... I hope you don't mind me saying this, Gabs. Like 13, 14 years now? I don't know how long. It's been a while. Too long, yeah, literally too long. I have known Gabs since the dawn of time. Alright, we are almost done with Hyrule Field, which is very cool. What we'll be doing in a second is we'll go to London as a child. We'll go to CAC for CAC shops, and then we'll go to Castletown. Then we'll switch back to child, because typically I do like to do child first then adult, just because I'm set in my ways. I have a routine. I have like a routine for doing checks, and throwing me off the routine makes me miss a lot of checks. So doing this as an adult is kind of throwing me off, but it's also fun to change things up a little. I mean, a lot's changed in the past few weeks, so there we go. Honestly, don't know how long it's been. Neither do I, and I'm kind of scared to find out because, well, that just shows our age. Yeah, literally. Oh my gosh. Alrighty. Wait, give me 2 seconds. I just need to quickly check something. Yeah, I don't want to know either. It's been that long. Give me 1 second because I just need to quickly check something. Oh, jeez. That's odd. That's not the thing I wanted to check. Alright, yeah, we're good. Alright, sorry. For some reason, I just need to check something on the OBS side of things. But we're chill. There we go. Alright. We are going to call heads or tails in a second here, by the way. Alrighty. Heads or tails? Sorry? Hello? Heads or tails? It's taking like 20 years for some reason. Give me a sec. Heads or tails? I'm employing the boomer method, which I yell at Siri until it does what I want it to do. Let me check my iPad. Heads or tails? Alright, there we go. At least something wants to work, because my phone does not. There we go. Alrighty, we have our answer. Sorry it took a second. We are going with heads. Congratulations. I think I know who it is. To Insect and Gabs. Well done. Congratulations. We will be doing another Gamba very soon, so keep them eyeballs peeled. Which, I've never understood that saying, because, ow. Ew. Ow. Alrighty. Well, I'm glad you had a great wedding. Should have live streamed it for us, rude. I know, right? Should have live streamed it. At least you all the people in Discord got that shot of me in my wedding dress playing the Nintendo Switch. Which, low-key, dare I say, iconic of me. Should I go to Woolies right now or no? Sure, I mean, if you want. If you want. I will be finishing, full disclosure, I won't be doing, like, a super long stream tonight. Like, obviously, we'll still be doing a good size stream. Longer than, like, the hour or so that we've been doing for a while. we'll be doing a good sized stream, but I have to go to my niece's place after stream, and I don't want to spend too long. I don't want to be out too late, so we won't be doing like a super long 4-hour stream or anything. That's what I'm saying. Soup, you recommended a Mario Kart track. Once again, thank you so much. You are slightly confused about what game we're currently playing. Just slightly. One of these days, I'm gonna have my Switch ready to change over, and just start playing Mario Kart. If you were to recommend any Mario Kart track at this particular point in moment, which one would it be? There is a wrong answer here. There is absolutely a wrong answer as to which Mario Kart track you could be recommending to me. Wait, what? Take us with you. Yeah, you can come. Everyone in chat can come with me to my niece's place. I'm sure she won't mind. Rainbow Roads. Alright, not Moo Moo. Okay, I was gonna say, the wrong answer here is Moo Moo Meadows. I have a beef with Moo Moo Meadows. Stick! Whee! OMG, raise its price. And yes, like Bad Time. I miss Bad Time. Bad Time was so fun. Unfortunately, I just kept getting copyright striked while doing that. Well, not copyright striked, but it was limiting my views because of potential copyright material. So, I miss Bad Time though. That was fun. And I was getting... Well, I wasn't getting good at it, but I wasn't getting worse at it. I was consistently getting to the break run. And that's pretty good. Break run. I'm talking as if it's a roller coaster. Raises price like bad. Yeah, honestly, I'm tempted. I'm honestly tempted. In the next few weeks, no, not next few weeks, jeez, no. In the next, over the course of the next year, I am hoping, now that the wedding's over, I'm gonna spend some time to financially recover from that, because weddings are expensive. But then my PC's been in desperate need of upgrades. I got this PC secondhand about 6 years ago, 5-6 years ago, and when I got it secondhand, it was outdated then. So it's some of it's especially outdated now. You guys have seen it where I plug in my controller to play Twilight Princess, and my entire computer just freezes. It busts up. The camera stops working. The entire thing just stops working. And it's it's outdated. The USB ports just go haywire whenever you try and do anything. Speaking of haywire, there is nothing here. Let's just quickly check Sculptureless and then we're good. Yeah, it's in dire need of repairs, and I want to do not only basic repairs to it, but I also want to look at enhancing some of the stuff with quality of life. One of the things I really want is an inbuilt capture card, so I don't have to use a little USB dongle capture card. Perfect. Spiders are dead. At the moment, I've got it somewhere. It's somewhere in one of my drawers. It's a crappy little USB to HDMI. Here it is. USB to HDMI capture card. Not even a good one. I had a really good one. I had a top of the line one, and it crapped out on me. So I got that little crappy one for $12 off Amazon, and it's done as well, but there is a significant amount of input lag. And once again, now with my computer freaking out every time I put a USB into it, it crashes my entire computer. So I would love to... I'm going to try and get an inbuilt capture card, because that way I can reduce lag, I can plug and play without having to worry about external USB dongles, and I'm hoping to get to a certain point where I can have a Switch 2 dock set up, plugged in, ready to go. All I have to do is put in my Switch with no further setup. Because we haven't seen Muffin Town in a long time. I'm acutely aware of that, and it's purely because my capture card is currently not, every time I plug in this little capture card thing, it craps out my entire computer. That's it. So, that's the whole reason why we haven't seen Muffin Town. Also, I haven't been streaming, but still. It's, yeah. So I'm really hoping to get to the point where I can buy a second Switch 2 dock, except those are ridiculously expensive on their own. Like, what the hell? And just do some really good upgrades to, oh, crap. Holy crap, holy. Goron Mask? Hell yeah. But yeah, I'm really excited to do some upgrades to my PC. Make this a more cohesive streaming experience. And then, yes, we can literally, every time you request a Mario Kart track, we can play that Mario Kart track and then get straight back to the Zelda. I'm keen for that. Anyway, yes. Woo, the doctor's texted me saying the pharmacy is going to get in contact with me, so hopefully quick ship to the pharmacy. Yes, fingers crossed. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, that's exciting. Fingers crossed. Damn, it's done well. Yeah, look, the PC's done very well. Not bad for a secondhand PC. Rudo's letter. There we go. Not bad for a secondhand PC, honestly. Can't complain. I have a feeling it's also in a desperate need of a good old dusting, because, yeah, Muffin's fur will get everywhere. Hell yeah, I'm trying to remember what place I got my gaming laptop from. If it's an MSI one, they're good ones. I used to sell them in Melbourne for a little bit. And it's snowing in Muffin Town. I know, there's so many cute things happening in Muffin Town, and we can't show it off. It is actually heartbreaking. But that's the reason why we haven't seen Muffin Town in a while. It's the reason why I haven't played Procopia on stream yet. Also, I stopped playing Procopia while I was wedding planning because I knew I would sink like 6 hours easy into it, and I just didn't have 6 hours. Spirit. But I am so excited to get back into Procopia, and sit there and do nothing for 6 hours but play Procopia. Gonna be mint. But yeah, it's the real reason why we haven't seen that, and Stone of Agony can be found in Twin Islands. I'm not gonna write that down, we don't need Stone of Agony. Ganon's Castle's on the way over here, that's cursed. Ganon Castle. Perfect. There we go. Romani Ranch is on the way over here. Wow, okay. Romani Ranch. Perfect. Hello and congratulations. Thank you so much, It's a Power. How you going? How's it doing? But yeah, that's why we haven't seen Muffin Town. And also, for people who are asking before about seeing Tomodachi Life, that one we're just not gonna do at all. No shade, but my Tomodachi Life, we're doing Jabu Jabu and Great Bay, that's cursed. We are not going to be doing Tomodachi Life on stream, purely because my island is Hjorg. Excellent. That's, yeah, you know what I mean. My island is filled with both people I know IRL, and I don't want to dox them or show off likenesses of them without their consent. And also because I get really immature on my Tomodachi Life Island, and it's not exactly what I would call the quality of family-friendly-ish entertainment that I try and provide. So, yeah. Hello to Herminator! Hello, how's it going? It's not, I just remember I got it delivered from a place in Seattle. Oh, that's cool. We might have to check that out. I was just gonna call like Geeks to You or something, which sounds like I'm insulting people. No, there's a company called Geeks to You, which is computer upgrades and stuff. Alright, let's get the Hylian Shield. That's gonna be good. Alright. Let's check out the next shop. Alright, so we've got a sword, a shield, and bombs in Ocarina, in Majora's Mask, which means we can hover, which opens up a lot for us. Congrats, Mrs. Salbow. Thank you. Thank you so much. How you going, Deherminator? How's it going? It feels so good to be back to streaming, honestly. This feels so good. Alright. Alright. Malin gives us a bunch of arrows. Alright. I'll see which place it was and send you the link. Thank you. Thanks. I would appreciate that, Gabs. Zora's Fountain is on the way of the hero. Excellent. We're getting a lot of Ocarina of Time places as way of the hero. Normally it's heavily skewed in the direction of Majora's Mask. So it's a nice refreshing change to see Ocarina of Time places being listed as way of the heroes. EP, but I have art I need to do. Art? You do art? That's so cool. That's so exciting. Oh my god, I did not know that. That's cool. Also, Ducky redeemed Link dies. Alright, alright. I see you, I hear you, I feel you. We are gonna find a way for Link to die. Cow in Link's house gives a bottle of Lom Lom milk. Excellent. Alright. Salbow, aren't you cold? No, I'm comfy. This, she looks at least 50. Are you talking like, are you saying I look at least 50? Excuse me. Oh, I know how Link can die. I forgot we have bombs. Alright, yes. Link is dying. Let's go. Salbow, aren't you cold? No, I'm really comfy. This has got to be one of the warmest jumpers I've ever bought in my life. It is so warm. It is so comfy. It is $25 from Kmart. I realized that I don't have much in the way of winter clothes. All my winter clothes are either like 10 sizes too big for me. Okay, that's an exaggeration. They're like 4 or 5 sizes too big for me because they're hand-me-downs from other people, or they are. I look like a drug dealer. There we go. Thank you for redeeming Link dice. There you go. Enjoy. Yeah, I look like a person that the cops would question for being suspicious. Or they're like 5 sizes too big. They're the only option. Like they're the only winter clothes I typically have. So I decided to go to Kmart and pick up some new stuff. And this was one of them. And it is genuinely so warm and cozy. $25. She's so cute. I bought some corduroy pants as well. Except I've got to take them up, but yes. It looks so cozy. Yes. It is genuinely so nice and cozy. Also, my autocorrect almost changed your name to Sailboat. I love that. My name is now Sailboat, people. I returned your dog to you, man. I returned your dog to you, and you reward me by hurting me. Damn, lady, you're a dick. Your house even hurts me. Damn, lady. Rude. I didn't see the C, so I thought it sounds like you're asking if you're old. Oh, that makes sense. That, I was gonna say, excuse me, she looks at least 50. I mean, you're not wrong. I'm kidding. Bro, I love Kmart. I was just there. Honestly, I am tempted to go back to Kmart tonight, low-key. I want to start new art projects now that the weddings, I'm going the wrong way. Now that the wedding's over and done with, I'm kind of at a loss of what to do with myself because I have spent so long being so stressed and so wound up and constantly moving around and doing things that the concept of relaxing sounds stressful to me. So I'm tempted to go to Kmart and pick up supplies for a new craft project. Sounds like a reason to go shopping. Literally, right? I am like, we love a good shop. I bought like 3 jumpers and they're like really cute cozy jumpers. One of them's grey with like flowers on them, which is something I never normally wear, but like it looks so cute. And I bought new jeans which were well and truly overdue because the jeans I was wearing were 4 sizes too big. Yeah. I don't buy clothes very often, so I usually, when I do, like, I don't buy clothes very often because I usually rely on hand-me-downs. The only downside to that is that the hand-me-downs are usually not not my size. So, yeah. Oh my god. I have $1 in my account because work hasn't paid my maternity. Kmart is too expensive. That sucks. I am so sorry. It's super sad when you can't go for a good Kmart shop. I feel that. I am so sorry. Hopefully they pay you soon. That's also ridiculous. Paint more glass. They look incredible. Honestly, that's going to be my next craft project. I'm going to do more glass painting. Oh, okay, cool. I'm going to do more glass painting. That's legitimately going to be my next art project because I'm currently working on the design right now, but I want to do sort of almost gaming themed stained glass. Like, it's not actual stained glass, it's like glass paint on glass to make it look like a stained glass window. And I want to do gaming themed ones because I think that'd be really cute in this area. Glass? What glass? For my wedding, I had a giant welcome to the wedding sign that was made that was made to look like stained glass. Yeah, it was genuinely, oh my gosh. It's probably about this tall on me. It's pretty, it's a pretty big sign. And I hand painted it to make it look like stained glass. I would lug it in the room and show you, but I can't be bothered. In the nicest way possible, it is heavy. But yeah, it was surprisingly fun to do. I thought I was gonna get sick of it real quick. No, it was surprisingly fun. What is this relaxation you speak of? Hello, Snacky! How are you? I promise you I wasn't ignoring you. How are you doing, Snacky? How's it going? It's been a while. There we go. Alright, cool. We're back here in CAC. Excellent. There we go. Photo to Discord. Yes, I will send a photo to Discord. I promise. Zelda stained glass. That's it. The idea of doing like a beautiful like green and gold stained glass, and then like a purple and blue, like for Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. Yeah. I want to do a stained glass themed Link's Awakening piece as well, like the mountain with the mountain with the windfish egg on top. I think it's gonna be so sick. So yeah, I'm currently working on some designs for that. They're probably, who knows if they'll turn out good. They probably will end up looking like utter shite. But I'm gonna have fun doing it, so that's the important part. Sailboat, we should take a 5-minute water break where we can all check our phones and have a dance. We will take a break in a few minutes, I promise. I do actually have to check a few things as well in my break and refill my drink, so we will definitely have a break very soon. Can't confirm it's heavy. Tried to. Oh, that's right, it fell on you, didn't it, Gabs? I'm very glad that you are okay. I am selfishly also really glad that it didn't break, but I'm really more so glad that you're okay. Cold, but otherwise good. It is. Actually, look, my jumper is so warm, I'm not too cold, but it is a cold day. I don't know where you are, Snacky, but I feel the cold as well. Yeah. I bought all these winter clothes, but I didn't buy any winter office clothes. I kind of forgot about the part where I'm going back to work and in the office and stuff like that. So I was just walking around in like a sundress with like a huge jumper over the top today. I looked absolutely ridiculous. So chilly. Yeah. It's been a cold week. I'm currently in like my fluffy pajama pants and my jumper, so I'm chill, but damn, it's been cold. I'm glad it fell onto me and didn't break as well. I would have been Devo for you. When I was painting this glass, for other people who don't know, when I was painting this glass, I ended up breaking the corner off of the glass, and I was about 12 hours deep into painting, and I broke the corner off the glass. And I was genuinely, I didn't know whether to laugh, cry, or throw up, honestly. My dad and I ended up super gluing it back together, but damn, did it suck. I've also been sick for the last 2 weeks too. Oh my god, everyone's been sick. I feel that. Are you okay, Snacky? Everyone's been sick by the sounds of it. I think, funnily enough, for the first time ever, I'm the only one who hasn't been sick the past 2 weeks. Which I'm very glad about, by the way. The break looks so good on it now. Yeah, I will say, I'm not mad with how it turned out. I'm not mad with how it turned out. It looks cute. King Zora gives a shit all. That's good to know. I mean, sorry, language. Gives crap all. Lucky, I probably just took enough sick leave for the both of us. I have no sick leave left. I'm so glad I didn't get sick. I have no sick leave left after my surgery. Which I am almost fully recovered from. I have one last checkup. Great Bay Templar's Way of the Hero. That is gross. Great Bay Temple. I've got one last checkup at the hospital that's happening this week or next week. I'm gonna book it in. I can't remember which one. And then I'm all clear. I'm all clear to go. I'm excited. I don't know what the heck I got because I haven't been able to get rid of it yet. Oh no, is it like a cold or flu thing? It's like a cold or flu happening right now? Because yikes, that sucks. Don't know. Yeah, I know. Yikes. Influenza thing. Oh no, that sucks. I am so sorry, Snacky. Hopefully you're able to shake it soon. I know, I think it was Ducky who was talking before about how they had like a influenza cold flu thing, and it ended up turning into a huge chest infection. So hopefully that doesn't happen for you. Hopefully you chill, you're having fun, you recover and rest up and relax and get better. Okay, what is that? Oh, it's a fairy, okay. Now we know that Zora's Domain doesn't have much for well, we don't know that, but we know that Zora's Fountain is Way of the Hero, as opposed to Zora's Domain. So we're going to do a few checks here in Zora's Domain, and then we're going to move into Zora's Fountain, because we already have Rudo's Letter, which is a nice departure. Normally we never find Rudo's Letter. It also sucks because my internet keeps dropping and NBN cancelled the appointment on me 3 times now because they fixed it on there, and I can, yeah, fixed it. I don't even get me started on NBN and internet coverage because yikes. Yeah. The amount of times that I've had to end stream early or stream has been interrupted because I've had major issues with NBN and internet is ridiculous. But when you're sick and you just want to rest and relax at home and your internet keeps dropping out, so you can't even watch Twitch or Netflix or YouTube or whatever, sucks. Because Chromecast doesn't work if you're on your mobile data. I don't know if people still use Chromecast. I have a Chromecast from like 10 years ago that I still use religiously. I don't know if people still use Chromecast, but it doesn't work on mobile networks, so you have to be using Wi-Fi for it to work. Bomb bag can be found around Lake Hylia. We did in fact get that, so I'm not going to note it down. What are we chucking? We are chucking hearts. I'm currently using Chromecast. Okay, I'm not the only one who uses it. My sister got me my Chromecast like 10 years ago, and I use it religiously. It's like my best friend. Okay, that's not true. But like, yeah. It's It's because a lot of the time I don't want to commit to turning on my PlayStation 5 to put on Disney Plus or whatever if I've already got my phone ready to go with Chromecast. We use Chromecast on the office TV, so there you go. Hell yeah. There you go. It's built into TVs now mostly, so they can just be using Wi-Fi now. See, there you go. I forget that TVs have that like built in. This sounds like an advertisement. Yes, absolutely. This is an advertisement for Chromecast. Google, please hire me and pay me millions of dollars. Mama needs a new computer, and a new Chromecast. Back to the show. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I love my Chromecast. I got mine from my sister 10 years ago and I still use it every day. I've got an older TV that I found on the side of the road. Like literally I was moving into this place and I was like, I still need a TV. Oh well, I'll just use this little tiny monitor as a TV until I can get a proper TV, whatever. No biggie. And then as I was driving to my new place with boxes in my car and my family was helping me and all that, there was a woman putting a TV out on the side of the road. Gibdo mask! I'm just going to note down that we got the Gibdo mask here. Just in case that's the way of the hero item. Gibdo mask. Cool. Literally the woman was putting the TV out on the side of the road and we're like, hey, does it work? And she said, yeah, do you want it for free? So I got my TV for free, and it's a really good TV. The only downside is it doesn't have a Chromecast inbuilt, but who cares because I've got a Chromecast. I can't get free to air because our antenna is broken, so if I want to watch random TV I still need the Chromecast. That's it. Although the Template app does not use Chromecast. It does not allow you to Chromecast, and that really annoys me because Template is currently the only place where you can watch seasons 20 to 34 of Survivor. Ever since Paramount Plus took all the other seasons of Survivor down. They put on season 35 onwards of Survivor, but you know where all my favorite seasons are? Seasons seasons 1 to 32. I'm not going to pretend that 34 is my favorite. Anyone who's seen season 34 of Survivor knows it's not great. Twin Islands is on the way of the hero, is that right? Twin Islands. Perfect. 10 out of 10 ad, will buy 50. Thank you, yes! Google, give me them monies. Speaking of which, I should see how stream looks on my TV. Oh, there you go! How funny about that? Will you be using Chromecast? Lucky you noticed. Oh yeah, absolutely. It was a good find. Actually, I think it was my sister who pointed it out, not me. But still, good find. I'm happy to take credit for it. Zelda on a 65-inch TV. 65-inch TV. Damn! You got a good TV. That's a good size. I think mine's, I would say probably like a 42 or 45-inch TV, which, you know what? Nothing to sneeze at. I'm not complaining. 65-inch though. That's cool. That's sick. I suppose like your lounge would have to be on like the other side of the room though, because otherwise, you know the whole adage that we were taught. Okay, maybe it was just me, or like people of my, I don't know how old everyone is. Did people still get told if you stare at the TV too close, you're gonna end up with square eyes? Because I heard that endlessly as a kid. I don't know if that's like just a thing in our family, or if other people heard that, or what, or if it's like a cringe millennial thing. I don't know. But we were always told you stare at the TV for too long and you get square eyes. Ours is 55 and could just go for a 50 for a bigger one. Yeah, valid, so valid. Well, now same here. Okay, so I'm not the only one who was taught that. I was kidding. To be fair, it was because I had an unhealthy relationship. Oh no, unhealthy attachment, like obsession with the TV show Bones, and an 8-year-old watching like a show that features pretty heavy amounts of autopsies of decomposing bodies. Yeah, no wonder why my parents wanted to get me away from the TV. My couch is way too close, honestly, and probably should move it back. Well, just keep in mind you should, otherwise you're gonna get square eyes. Oh, I love Bones. I hope you mean the TV show. I mean, you can mean whatever you want, I guess. TV shows. My favorite TV show as a kid. No, I had two favorite TV shows when I was a kid. One of them was Bones, the other one was Criminal Minds. I had no business watching either of those when I was 8 years old. Criminal Minds is one of the heavier and darker crime shows out there. In fact, one of the main actors, Mandy Patinkin, he played Inigo Montoya in The Princess Bride. He left the show because he was disturbed with the crimes that were happening there. He was disturbed with the crimes that were being depicted. I had no business watching that as 8 years old, as an 8-year-old. And then Bones has a lot of autopsies and decomposing and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't want to get demonetized, but it had a whole lot of really graphic things that probably should not have been watching, but also it was fun. I liked it. And then I told my Year 3 teacher, I went into excruciating detail about an episode of Bones to my Year 3 teacher. And I forgot to tell her that it was an episode of Bones, and she thought that I had witnessed something truly horrific and horrible. And that's how she ended up calling my parents to tell them that I needed counseling. And that's how my parents found out that I was sneaking downstairs to watch Bones overnight, because I wasn't allowed to watch it. I was just sneaking downstairs. So I got put on a really tight leash after that with my TV boom. Let me pick up this one damn chicken, thank you. Funnily enough, I've had this apartment in TV for years. As of today, I don't have square eyes yet. Yes! I'm kidding. It will happen. Hey, I've seen, you know, the square-shaped eyes on the like drawn on anime, and it looks pretty sick. So, oh, jeez. Alrighty, I think with that, on that note, we need a break. My brain is thoroughly fried. My drink is empty. And we are going to move into Majora's Mask once we're back. So I think this is a great time to throw in a quick break. But don't go anywhere. Feel free to grab a snack, grab a drink, grab a blanket, grab an aircon, grab a Squishmallow, because I recently learned what those are. They're pretty cute. Whee! Grab 20 rupees and go to Kmart. But don't forget to join us back here in 5 minutes as we continue on in Majora's Mask, in this Majora's Mask Ocarina of Time Rando. We will be back in 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Have fun. Bye! Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Muffins. You all know Muffins. Welcome back. There we go. Oh, you can hear my restream in the background testing. There we go. How are you going? You doing okay, Muffy? She's being a little cutie today. There we go. Oh, hey Queen. Hello, Soup. Yes, it's a little Muffins. Not so little, but yes. There you go, Ma. Alrighty, welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed your break. I certainly did. I just ate a piece of my wedding cake, and it slaps. It is so good to see Muffins back. I know Muffins, while I was on my honeymoon, Muffins was at my parents' place. And my parents adore Muffins, and Muffins adores my parents, and it works out really well. But I didn't see her for like an entire week. I missed her. And by the way that she's being really clingy today, I'm assuming she missed us too. Oh, we love some Muffins love here. Also, did Donks redeemed a roller coaster fun fact? Absolutely love that. This is what I meant by what I said in the chat. The Castletown theme song, I can't separate it anymore from the Peanut Butter Gamer video where he's going, hey, this soldier is dead. Oh, what a happy day. Oh, this soldier is dead. I just watched somebody die. And yeah, it's the only thing I can hear. Alrighty, Super redeemed fish, and also Dodonks redeemed a roller coaster fun fact. Thank you for that. We're going to Majora's Mask. Let's get our 5-minute timer started, fish. 5-minute timer, please, fish. Okay, hang on. I forgot that my phone's being a little bit of a prick, so give me a sec. Timer. 5-minute timer, and you get a bonus 18 seconds, fish. There we go. I have cat fur up my nose, fish. Let's go! Welcome to Majora's Mask, fish. I'm going to turn down this volume a little bit while we get into our roller coaster fun fact, fish. Okay. This isn't... What's a good fun fact? Bear with me for a sec. Fish. What dungeons are we doing, fish? Forest Temple, easy, fish. Shadow, yeah, sure, fish. Sacred Realm, we've already got that, fish. And Deku Tree, perfect, fish. That's what we like to see, fish. Okay. I was just talking about my honeymoon, so this ties in, fish. And you'll understand why in a second, fish. There have been a lot of... Ooh, double defense, fish. There have been a lot of double defense, fish. There have been a lot of roller coasters over the years that have tried to claim that they are the world's most dangerous roller coaster, fish. You know what I mean. There have been a lot of roller coasters that claim that they are the world's most dangerous roller coaster, fish. Because a lot of people... The idea of going on the world's most dangerous roller coaster isn't a deterrence. It's actually like... You know, you've got your world's tallest roller coaster and your world's fastest roller coaster and the most inversions on a roller coaster, which, by the way, is the Smiley Rodolphin Towers. There's a lot of these monikers, fish, and a lot of parks like to sit there and go, we've got the most dangerous roller coaster, because roller coasters aren't inherently dangerous, but pretending they are makes people feel the thrill of being alive or whatever. I don't know. But all this waffling to say, roller coasters are safe, but they market it as the most dangerous roller coaster ever as a marketing ploy, fish. Of all the roller coasters that were the most dangerous roller coaster ever sort of thing, to my knowledge, there's only ever been one that that was built, made, and never opened to the public for safety reasons, fish. And that is called the Orphan Rocker. And it's actually it was actually constructed in the 1890s? No, 1980s. Although there were roller coasters around in the 1890s. Fish. But no, it was constructed in the 1980s in the Blue Mountains of New South Wales, which is about 2 hours west of Sydney CBD, in a little place called Scenic World, fish. So Scenic World is an attraction. It's not a theme park. It's an attraction area. Like, I don't know how you call it, fish. What does Google define it as? Because it's not an attraction. It's not a theme park. I'm blanking on the word. It's a tourist attraction, fish. No, give me what it... Okay, it's a tourist attraction. That sounds too blankety, but still, fish. It's, this nice little area where you've got like you've got a cable train that you can go down. It's the world's steepest cable train, which is pretty awesome. You've got a sky rail, which is like this massive sky rail that goes over this really deep valley. You've got a cable car that's also, I think, the world's steepest cable car, or the world's second steepest cable car. I can't remember which one. It's got some really cool things there, fish. But it was also the home to Orphan Rocker in the 1980s. Now, Orphan Rocker was built in-house, so what that means is they didn't hire a roller coaster designer team to create it. So there are companies that sort of design, manufacture, and build roller coasters, fish. Some of these companies include Vekoma, Intamin, B&M, Great Coasters International, Mack Rides. I'm blanking on the Rocky Mountain Construction, RMC. That's the one I was thinking of, fish. But yes, there are so many coaster companies that manufacture, that design, manufacture, and build these coasters, fish. But the people at Scenic World, the owner of Scenic World, decided not to contact any of these people and decided to try and create and build his own roller coaster, fish. Hello, Hipko1. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. How you doing? Hope you're enjoying yourself, fish. Welcome in. Yes, so the fine folks at Scenic World, or the owner, decided to try his hand at making roller coasters, to try and build a roller coaster in-house without any designers or engineers. which a lot of parks have done to various amounts of success. Unfortunately, Fish, is that 5 minutes done already? That's wild, Fish. We're gonna add an extra 2 minutes because that did not feel real, Fish. There we go, Fish. Extra 2 minutes. Yeah, a lot of parks have built their own in-house roller coasters to various amounts of success, Fish. Unfortunately for Scenic World, this one was not a success story. So the roller coaster was built in the 1980s, and it went through various amounts of testing. And there are a lot of urban legends about the testing of this roller coaster. A lot of people believe, for the longest time, it was heavily believed that the roller coaster was never actually finished, and at a certain part, the cars would just fly off the track where the track stops. That one was proven to be false after footage surfaced of the roller coaster making a complete circuit. There's rumors that the cars would go over go around a corner and derail and fall down like a 1,000-meter cliff or something like that. That was pretty much proven to be false because you would notice the broken roller coaster trains down there if that was real. And there were rumors that they sent a bunch of sandbags down. A lot of the time in roller coaster testing, sandbags are used to simulate people. Because, you know, you don't want to use actual people. So, yeah, a lot of the time they use sandbags. There was also an urban legend that they sent a car full of sandbags down the roller coaster and they never found any of the sandbags ever again. That one... I think they said that there was like one sandbag that they never found. But they certainly... most of the sandbags made it back. But also keep in mind, sandbags and humans have very different physics. Point is, there were a lot of safety concerns about the roller coaster because it was built in-house without the guidance of an engineer. These are all fairly normal concerns to have. Additionally to that, the roller coaster, the place was not a theme park. It was not a theme park built area. Death Mountain Trail is foolish. Good to know. DMT. And a lot of the residents in the Blue Mountains, where the sound does echo a lot, were worried about the noise of a roller coaster. Keeping in mind that they were already sending through noise complaints about the cable car and the rail car as well. So adding a roller coaster to that, which especially one that was guaranteed to be high intensity as it was dipping around trees and dipping through the woods and yes, on the edge of a cliff, it was guaranteed to bring noise with it. So a lot of the noise complaints also hindered the roller coaster from ever operating. So over the years, they did a lot of testing on Orphan Rocker. They did they retracked it in, I want to say, about 2007. They redid a lot of the tracking on it. Actually, sorry, 2004. And then they did a bunch of retracking again in 2011. And then every so often, the coaster would, they would tease the coaster opening and it never happened. And then in 2017, after 30 odd years, the decision was made and they started taking down bits of the roller coaster, thus dashing everyone's dreams that this roller coaster would ever open. There were a small amount of people who have in fact ridden the roller coaster. So there's footage on YouTube of some, I don't know who it is, but it's clearly some TV host on some show that I don't recognize, who rode the roller coaster to promote the opening of it. It didn't do a very good job of opening it, but still. So there is footage of someone riding the roller coaster and the roller coaster making a full circuit. This is what I meant by there was proof that the roller coaster made a full circuit. Until people found that footage, no one thought that the roller coaster was actually ever finished. Which speaks volumes as to how rare this roller coaster it was to view and to gain access to. It is estimated that fewer than a dozen people ever rode the Orphan Rocker. it was probably the family and staff of the owners, like the family of the owner and the staff of Scenic World, and that TV host, and that's probably it. Making it one of the world's rarest roller coaster credits. Yeah, there you go. There's your roller coaster fun fact. As an additional little fun fact, while I was on my honeymoon, we did stop at the Blue Mountains for a bit, and my now husband and I played Spot the Orphan Rocker, where we went around the park looking at all the bits of track that you can still see, and that was really fun. That was actually really fun. And if you're wondering why it's named Orphan Rocker and thinking that it's a really morbid name for a roller coaster, it's named after Orphan Rock, which was a lookout point in the 1970s at the Blue Mountains. Orphan Rock still exists, but there was a landslide that occurred in the area in the 70s that made Orphan Rock dangerous to access. So they actually demolished any access points to Orphan Rock. So much like the coaster that was named after it, Orphan Rock is completely inaccessible. Except there is one guy who does maintenance, but he's legally allowed to be there. No one has legally accessed Orphan Rock outside of that one person who does testing, like who does wildlife testing on it since the 70s. But yeah. Thank you for redeeming a roller coaster fun fact. I hope you enjoyed that. I will say I've been watching a lot of roller coaster content online recently, so if you do want more roller coaster fun facts, let me know, and I've got a whole bunch of fresh ones for you. If you want to know more about roller coasters that were built but never opened, feel free to let me know. Alright. There we go. We are gonna start our next, Gamber as well. Heads or tails, as per normal. I know I said we were gonna do something different, but there's nothing really interesting happening while we are going through Termina Field. Because I could do, are we gonna find something of value in Termina Field? But the answer is already yes. The answer is always yes. Termina Field has never been foolish in its life. So let's do heads or tails, get those channel points in. I hope you enjoyed your roller coaster fun fact. There we go. It's also, I've been looking at a lot of roller coaster stuff online, not only because I saw Orphan Rocker the other day and got really excited because piece of history right there, but also they have officially started building the roller coaster that's replacing King Dakar, and that is super exciting to me. King Dakar was formerly the world's tallest roller coaster until it was closed down, I want to say 2023, without much warning. It was the world's tallest roller coaster when it closed. It opened in 2005. And it held the world's tallest roller coaster for 20 odd years. Falcon's Flight was set to replace it as the world's tallest roller coaster by 2025, because that opened in 2025 anyway. But still, it's really, yeah. It was really a bit of a shock to people when King Dakar closed. So the fact that they've now started building the replacement for that got me really piqued. It finally happened, Mazel Tov. Thank you so much, Flappy Johns. I really appreciate it. How are you going? How's it going? Alrighty. We've also found quite a lot in Termina Field that I've just completely breezed over. I think I've noted almost everything. I'm not gonna bother noting like the Moon's Tier and stuff. Oh no, there is a button for Moon's Tier. I don't think I've ever used it. Yikes. But yeah. Air's sick. You're sick too? Dude, everyone is sick. Snecky is sick, Insect is sick, Soup is just getting over Ducky and Tiny was sick. Oh my god. Just the flu, my eyes gunked up. Okay. What did I just find? Oh, cow mask. Nice. No kidding. Soup is getting over the flu and conjunctivitis. Literally, they have the flu and their eyes gunked up too. That's absolutely wild. Oh my god. Okay, wild. I hope you're feeling better soon, Flabby. Being sick sucks. So, I am so sorry to hear that. I hope you're feeling better soon. Wow. I feel like I'm the only person in the past 2 weeks who hasn't gotten sick. Which, you know, I've had enough of being sick, thank you. But like, wow. Alrighty. Cow Grotto, let's go. Oh, we found the Omniscient Fairy. So the Omniscient Fairy it grants us the maximum of stray fairies in every single dungeon. So we do not have to collect any fairies at all. And that's pretty cool. We will take that. Don't have leave, so gotta work through it. It's fine, but I start work early some mornings and the cold air doesn't help. It would not help in the slightest. Yeah, it would not work. It would not help. Room key, nice. Yeah, the cold air would suck for it. What did I just collect? I have no idea. But yeah, hopefully you're feeling better soon. I also feel that about not having any leave left. I have no leave after my surgery, so yeah, I getcha. It's kind of sucky when that happens, eh? Alright. Cow Grotto done. Hey, Eep! Thank you so much for the resub. 13 months in a row is wild. That's ridiculous. In a good way. Thank you. 13 months. We completely missed the affiliate anniversary celebration because of the wedding and also the surgery. So we will do a separate celebration for that sometime soonish. Congrats on your marital bliss. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Eve. And guess what? I smell. I don't know why I said that. Sorry. What am I guessing? We have Goron Mask. Let's roll. Let's rock and roll, people! Hey, thank you so much for the gift sub. Thank you so much. Flabby Johns, you are subscribed. Enjoy. Thank you so much for the gift sub, Eep. I really appreciate it. That's really nice. Thank you. Oh. Let's go. Alright. Road to Swamp is looking like it's gonna give us nothing. Alright, there we go. Hey, Deku Stick upgrade and Blast Mask. Blast Mask is sick. We'd love to see some Blast Mask in here. Yeah, thanks, Eep. I'm right there with you. Thank you, Eep. That's really cool. Thank you. Alright. We've got a Gossip Stone down here and 2 patches of grass that we'll need to check out, and then we can move on. Romani Ranch is where the hero. We do in fact already know that. One of the only things that I liked in Majora's Mask 3D, one of the only changes that I did appreciate, was the fact that they added a fishing hole here. So you could walk this way and you'd end up in the fishing hole, and you could fish just like Ocarina of Time, and I thought that was pretty fun. I do enjoy fishing. It's not nearly as good as Twilight Princess fishing, which is goated, but still. It's one of the only changes in Majora's Mask 3D that I appreciated. Speaking of remakes, Ocarina of Time remake? I mean, I knew it was coming because the leaks had all but confirmed it, but still, like, that's exciting. I also completely missed the bad bat there. you playing Twilight. I miss playing Twilight, honestly. The day that I get my computer sorted out so it doesn't completely crap out when I plug in my controller is the day we're going back to Majora's Mask. Sorry, no, this is Majora's Mask. Twilight Princess. Because I also really miss playing Twilight Princess. We were halfway through a scene when my controller crapped out. Hang on. Point of clarification. It's not my controller that crapped out. It is my actual computer. I was talking about this before, but my computer's in dire need of upgrades to the point where plugging in USBs, anything that's USB related, completely craps the computer out. So my Nintendo 64 controller is fine because it was plugged in before the crap out happened, but anything I plug in now completely craps out. So we haven't been able to play Twilight because of that. We haven't seen Muffin Town because of that, believe it or not, because it's a USB capture card. So we haven't been able to watch. We haven't been able to we haven't been able to visit Muffin Town in quite a while for the same reason. It sucks, but we'll get there. Is this gonna be the first time Southern Swamp is foolish? I hate the idea. They've done 4 or 5 redos or optimizers for the deluxe versions. Make a new game and stop milking a good game. Or Twilight for the modern console. I would say, yeah, I will agree. Did we really need another Ocarina of Time remake? I don't know. If they do it right, I'm gonna say yes. Like, I'm never gonna complain about more Zelda. But progressive strength, we found a stamina. We already got that. That's good. Go on, bracelet up. Let's mark that. There we go. I'm never gonna complain about more Zelda. Like, that more Zelda, more happiness. Do I wish it was something like Twilight Princess? Yes. Do I wish we had got... This is the 40th anniversary of Zelda. And we have gotten a remake of Ocarina of Time. Like, you know, somewhat promised to us. I mean, no, it's confirmed, it's coming, but like, that's all we've gotten so far. And considering that the fuss they go to for their other IPs for these momentous occasions, you'd think Zelda would also warrant the same thing, like the same treatment, and no. And that kind of sucks. Do we have Rudo's letter in Majora's Mask? Just letter. Huh? It's a letter. It is Rudo's letter. Okay. Interesting, I guess. But yes. Do I wish we got something more than an Ocarina of Time remake? I'm never going to complain about more Zelda, obviously, but I would like to have seen a 3D Zelda All-Stars like they did for Mario. Like, give us, I mean, we've already got Skyward Sword, so give us, even just Twilight and Majora I'd be happy with. Sorry, Twilight and Wind Waker on the Switch I'd be happy with. We already have a way of playing Ocarina and Majora. I mean, we also have a way of playing Wind Waker, but a lot of people agree that HD is the optimal way to play Wind Waker. Whether or not you agree with that, not the point, but just like how, yeah, I don't know, I feel like we've got the optimal versions of Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask on the Switch. It would be nice to have the optimal versions of Twilight Princess and Wind Waker on the Switch as well. I would have loved to have seen Twilight Princess HD, Wind Waker HD on the Switch. I would have loved to have seen the Oracle games get a remake, or even like, I think they're already ported, but like an Oracle game get a remake treatment. I understand they're probably not going to come out with a new Zelda game this year. It's been 2 or 3 years since Tears of the Kingdom. I think. And keep in mind, there was like a 6 or 7 year difference between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, and a 7-year difference between Skyward Sword and Breath of the Wild. Like, so there's going to be a long waiting period between new games. I get that. But I just wish we got something a little bit more promised than just an Ocarina of Time remake. But if it's a really good remake, I'm also never going to be upset about that. It has the potential to be really good. Provided that they don't inherently change too much of the game. The graphics look great from like the 2 seconds of it we saw, but if they inherently change the fundamental of how the game plays, that's where it's going to lose me. I'm also not excited for the Zelda movie, so I think the Zelda movie is going to be bad, and I really hate saying that. Alright, hang on. I am going to set up a poll. I need to know. Alright, do you think the Zelda movie is going to be good or bad? I need to know. That poll is going, let's call heads or tails. Heads or tails, please. Alrighty, congratulations to everyone who picked heads again. Wow. There you go. That's going to Flabby Johnson's soup. Well done, congratulations. Thank you so much. I am very happy for you guys. Let's go. Why don't you buy some fresh milk? No. The Suspicious Gorman Brothers were added to our... Actually, hang on, bear with me. While we're in the area, it's probably a good thing to check the, it's probably better to check the grass patches now rather than later. Otherwise, I will forget these grass patches exist. Alright, looks like there's nothing really here. Eye drops! Sick! I love me some eye drops. Pendant of Memories! I'll take a pendant. Pendant of Memories, there we go. Alright! Officially, okay, let's go Road to Akana first before we break logic. Road to Akana, we can't officially go anywhere except for that one grotto. So we'll check that and then we'll break logic, I think. No, Sally. Idiot. Idiota. Excellent. There we go. Hey, Muffy. Hey, Muffy. How you going? Alright. How's everyone doing? How's everyone feeling? We're feeling good? We're feeling grand? We got another Deku Shield. Excellent. Thanks, game. There we go. Alrighty. It's this one grotto that we can check up here. We could bomb, like, we could damage boost over the fences here, but with the Bonchu enemies, it's kind of annoying and not really feasible. So we're just gonna skip out after this. what's this chest up? There is nothing. Excellent. Actually, no, we're gonna do the Dodongos over here first. And then we can go Great Bay, I think. Cowlin Blink's house gives bottle of water. I wonder if I can give that letter to Toilet Hand. That's kind of interesting to think about. Let's do Great Fairy Sword just to get this over and done with. Nice. Ha, nice. There we go. Nothing. That's alright. Let's go. Alrighty. The poll is in. People agree the Legend of Zelda movie is going to be bad. That kind of sucks. I know I'm the one who said that the Zelda movie is probably gonna suck, but I will agree. I think it's gonna suck, but it kind of sucks that it might probably suck. Alright, actually we don't really have a way of hitting that. There we go, we'll just get out for now. Easy! Alright, let's go! Great Bay! I forgot how bad Goron rolling is when you don't have magic in sand. Specifically in sand. Alright. Alright. Now, we won't be able to check Cow Grotto or anything over here quite just yet. Primarily because, well, we can't. But we're going to check a few things here, and then we're going to go back to Ocarina of Time. I just want to check things like the pots. I want to check if spider houses are randomized, because that's a big thing. I don't remember if we randomized spider houses. Oh, okay, yep. That's randomized. Ocean Spider House is Ganon Tower. Excellent. This is our first dungeon that we find. That's pretty funny. Alright. Give me... Oh, 2 for the price of 1. Perfect. There's 1 down. Why don't I have a shield equipped? What happened to our shield? I'm not too worried about taking damage because I'm trying to just conserve Decky Nuts. There we go. Let's go! Ganon Castle this early? Baby seat? I'm kidding. We will not be doing this quite just yet. Like, we won't be fighting Ganon or anything. Number 1, we don't have all that we need to fight Ganon. Secondly, we do like to at least do Spirit and Shadow medallions to give a little bit of challenge. Come on, buddy. There we go. Just no hit. Which we have done before. We got some milk. Alright, let's go. Alrighty. I don't have... Oh, I have a slingshot. That's cool. Slingshot will work for this. We just want something so we don't activate both at the same time. Oh, that was a gamble. I meant to backflip there. Excellent. One down, one to go. LFG. You might be wondering why we hit the second one. It just gives us a little bit of breathing room. That's fine. Perfect. Let's go. Excellent. Alrighty. This is all in the hopes of getting to pot room. Just in the hopes of getting to Ganon pots, honestly. There we go. Ganon pots, let's go. We are cooking with fire today. We are going to hit every single pot because every single one of these pots, whether they've got an item in... Oh, crap! Alright. This was a good idea, Sal. Every single one of... Hey, there's our bow. Sick. Alright, this opens up a lot for us. Every single one of these pots, whether or not it's gold or whatever, has a randomized item in it. So when we do come back and fight Ganon for real, if we need the magic and the hearts, we just want to clear out all of these pots ahead of time. So there we go. And we can save and quit here. You know what? Let's return to spawn. Let's return to spawn. And let's get out of here. Alright. Let's go. We can go see what... We can go down Death Mountain Trail. We can see what... we can see what Thingamabob is. I know what I'm trying to say. Small magic jar. No, cool. We are going to save and reset here randomly. Primarily so we don't lose our shield if we burn to death. That's it. That's it. Alright, let's climb down here. Oops. There we go. And... there we go. I probably missed the conversation, but how was the day in the honeymoon? No, no, no. Not at all. I mean, I'm happy, always happy to talk about it. That's what I'm trying to say. It was really good. It was such a good day. I really enjoyed it. It was absolutely amazing. Wonderful weather. Oh yeah, absolutely wonderful weather. We buried a sausage in the backyard the night before, which apparently, according to German tradition, gives you good weather and good blessings for your marriage. So we did that. That was sick. This cow has something good. The gold ring indicates that the cow has something good. DMT cow. There we go. Let me pick up my controller. It was a really good day. We had so much fun. The weather was wonderful. Everyone looked so nice. I was playing Nintendo Switch in the, I was playing Nintendo Switch the morning in my wedding dress because we were so prepared that we were already 3 hours early. We were all sitting there going, oh, we're ready. Okay, let's play Nintendo. It was really fun. Hey Chris, how's it going? How you doing? There we go. Damn, no wild drama or pitch fights. I bet it's not the only... Oh my god. I was gonna say, yes, it does sound like a euphemism. It is not. We literally buried a sausage in the backyard, and we all just did a dance over it going, good weather, good weather. It was actually really fun. It was fun. But yes, I agree. It does sound like a euphemism. There we go. It was such a good day. Oh my god. We were so chill and relaxed. It was so much fun. Yeah. And then the honeymoon was also really great. We went and we just sort of relaxed and went to this beautiful resort a few hours away. It was really nice. It was stunning stuff. Like a Goron sword. We're not going to explore all of this yet, because there's two things I want to do primarily as child. So we're going to go take care of those first and foremost, but we definitely want to hit these spots. I'm doing well, how are you? I'm good. I'm married now, which is exciting. Yeah, we had a beautiful relaxing honeymoon. I got my hair cut, I got new piercings. It was a good time. We had a few days at a beautiful resort. We went bushwalking and ice skating and absolutely stunning stuff. I love to see it. Go. What's up here? That's just a Greg. Excellent. And now we're back to streaming, and I'm happy to say that we are returning to a normal streaming schedule. About bloody time. Bottom of the well. Okay. Yeah, we can check out bottom of the well. DC is well OOT. We can do a little bit of beneath the well. We can't do everything without Zelda's Lullaby. That's fine. The Maid of Honor and Best Man didn't do speeches, humiliating you both, causing fights. Come on, I've been on Reddit too long. And yes, about bloody time. Honestly, yes. Right? No, the Best Man and the Maid of Honor speeches were absolutely balling. Like, they both did really good speeches. The right amount of roasting. And a lot of heart and a lot of sweet. It was really funny. The Maid of Honor... The Maid of Honor turned around and mentioned the fact that she was like, you know, it's been a tough time, like, in the lead up to the wedding. Sal, I know you lost your gallbladder. Here's a new one, and she gave me a plushy gallbladder. It was actually really funny. So now I have a plushy gallbladder to replace the one that I lost from myself. It was, yeah, both really great speeches. It was really sweet. Really good day. I think okay, yeet me out, that's fine. The only speech that actually sucked was mine, and that's because I left my speech at home. At least I had the vows. That was the important one. But, I left my own speech at home, so, whoopsies. She sounds hilarious. Yeah, she is. She is actually pretty funny. Okay, that chest is nothing. Boo, too kind. Okay, that's funny. Yeah, it was really funny. It took me a minute to register what was being handed to me. And then I was like, is this a bloody gallbladder? I went to do laughing emoji but accidentally winked. Sure, accidentally. Kidding. Okay. I'm fairly certain this is nothing because otherwise, yeah. Oh, actually, I'll take the heart. If it's away the hero chest, it actually peeks out from underneath the rock, and it's really funny. Yeah, it was a really good day. The Maid of Honor and Best Man rocked every part of it. They did such a good job overall. Like, incredible stuff. Nothing. Perfect. Yeah, hit me, whatever. Nothing. Where do you get an organ plushie? I have no idea. I will have to ask my Maid of Honor because I have no idea where she got that. I have a plushie of a herpes cell, but I've never heard of a gallbladder plushie before, so I will have to check that. I genuinely have no idea where she got it, but I am so impressed. Plus Queen, I'm back. I was driving. No, you're all good. Did you end up going to Kmart or Woolworths? No, it was Woolworths that you wanted to go to. Did you end up going to Woolworths? I do love a good Woolworths shop, TBH. Yeah. Again, with the useless maps. Yeah, I don't know where you get the Morgan plushie from. Used to be able to get all sorts of things at National Geographic. That's where I got my Happy Cell plushie. But yeah, I don't know if there's any National Geographic stores anymore. The one near my house was like the coolest place ever. It was one of my favorite places to shop. Well, I'm glad you had a good wedding. Next wedding have more drama. Invite an ex or something. That's my only note. Next time I will have to invite an ex. You know what? That would be actually really fun. Let's do it for the drama. I was going to say it was probably the least drama-filled wedding I've ever attended. And considering it was my own wedding, that's probably a good thing. Don't worry, I'm joking about the next wedding. I'm too poor to afford another one. And also my husband and I love each other, of course. That, we already know that. Yeah, mine was probably the least drama-filled wedding I've been to. I know my friend's wedding, bless her, it was a really great wedding, and then it was a really great wedding, she had an awesome time, and then she went to the after party, and things went down at the after party. I can't remember what it was, but things started going down at the after party, and she did not sleep as a result, because she was, number one, so stressed about what was happening, and number two, she was trying to sort out a lot of stuff, so yikes. This year is my 5-year anniversary. My hubby and I are planning to, we're going to renew every 5 years. Congratulations on 5 years of marriage. That's awesome. We're postponing until next year because someone in my family is getting married too. How dare they have a wedding in your 5-year anniversary? Sorry. I'm kidding, obviously. Congratulations to your family member. Oh, that's awesome. Weddings all around, by the sounds of it. There are weddings everywhere right now. I know, a girl in my office had her wedding we did a celebration for her wedding in the office, which was pretty cute. There we go. And I've got a wedding at the end of this year as well. Yeah, it is the season. That's it. Oh. There we go. But yeah, if anyone's ever getting married and they need recommendations or tips or planning, please, please, please do not come to me. I am done with them. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Alright, I want to go see what, Forest is. What am I doing? Let's go see what, not Forest, Decky Tree is. But yeah, absolutely wonderful day. And then, yeah, we had a wonderful honeymoon. It feels... I was saying before, I need a new craft project or something, because I've been doing so much for so long, like all the wedding planning and all of that has taken over my life for so long, that now I don't have to do all that wedding planning, and I don't have to do all the stress and all of that. I've been so busy and so stressed for so long that not being busy and stressed is actually stressing me out a little bit. So I need to find something to focus my stress on. Is that an insane way of thinking? Possibly. Everyone's like, oh, just lay down and watch TV, or, do nothing for the next 6 months. And I'm like, no. You don't understand. I have to do something. So, I will in fact be going and doing a whole bunch of whole bunch of craft projects. I will be doing a crap ton of craft projects soon. Yeah, I know, it's absolutely crazy. The concept of relaxing does not exist in my brain right now. It's a foreign concept. Relaxing is actually stressing me out. Except this is actually relaxing, so I can't complain. Oh, but it feels so nice to be going back to a normal schedule. We will be streaming on our normal schedule. I'm very excited. We will be having a Thursday stream. That hasn't happened in a while, I'm fully aware, so I'm very excited for our Thursday stream. Not that we're doing anything particularly special apart from doing this seed, but like, it's been so long since we've had a Thursday stream. I think you need to meditate. Every so often someone's like, you need to meditate, and every so often I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna try meditating. It's gonna work for me this time. It has never once worked for me. If I'm being honest, I have tried meditating quite a few times. My brain just goes without me realizing, and not in a, you know, I am calm, I am focused. It's more like, you know, everything's on fire and half my brain's doing the nut bush and the other half is screaming internally about, you know, some embarrassing memory from like 14 years ago. And then another part's thinking, I wonder how much it costs to make a panini. You get it. I can't shut my brain off no matter what. Shutting my brain off is a near impossible. There's the ADHD, literally. Yeah, literally. Yeah, girl is very HD with the 80s. You're a panini head. Thank you, Eep. I appreciate that. I think. I don't know. Yeah, someone mentioned to me at the wedding, one of my mates, who also has ADHD, he was like, oh, you know, how's your meds going, blah, blah. We haven't seen each other in a while, because he moved to another state quite a few years ago, and came up for the wedding, which was really sweet of him. And he was like, you know, last time I saw you, you were just starting the meds, how are they going, like, these particular meds, how are you going? And I was like, oh yeah, I've been on medicated for like 3 or 4 years now. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, yeah, I'm not on any meds anymore. And he's like, why? And I'm like, I forgot to renew the meds. Like, I forgot to renew the script. And my psychiatrist retired, and now it's like $700 to go get a new psychiatrist to get a new script. And he's like, but you already have, he's like, you have the diagnosis. You can just walk in and say, I need my script renewed on your meds. I'm like, yeah, but I've been on medicated for 3 years, and it's a new doctor, and it's going to cost me like $1,400 to get my meds back. No. And he was marveled at the fact that I am functioning without meds. I barely function. Sorry, I'm not talking as much. I'm at the shops right now. See, there's your Woolies trip right there. Drove out to drop some off, and now I'm shopping with Mum for dinner. Oh, very nice. Everyone say hi to Soup's mum, please. That's as ADHD as it gets, literally. I was on my prescription. The prescription ran out and I didn't notice. And then instead of renewing it, I just kept forgetting because I was unmedicated. And then the psychiatrist retired, and I went to go get I went to go see a new guy so I could get my meds renewed about a year or 2 back. And they're like, yeah, you need to be like, they want to reassess you. They'll want to reassess you to check out your meds and all of that. It's like a minimum 3 sessions, and they're $700 a session. And that's where I went, you know what? I think I'll be fine shotgunning like 3 coffees and 4 Coca-Colas a day. It's fine. We'll be fine. So, yeah. I just drink an inordinate amount of caffeine and hope for the best. Serenade! Nice. We'll take Serenade. Goron Race gives nothing. Excellent. Yes, hello, Soup's mum. Soup's mum, wouldn't they be stew? Hello, stew. Hello, stew. What about casserole? Can they be casserole? Soup's mum says hi. Hello. Everyone say hi to your mums for me. I was about to say I love mums, but that just sounds inherently creepy, doesn't it? Alrighty. I'll say hi to any parent you want. Or parental figure if you're not in touch with your parents. to someone for me. I don't care who. Say hi to someone. Thanks, Rove McManus. That's a name I haven't heard in 20 years. Wow. I forgot about Rove McManus. I always wanted to watch Rove. Like, Rove McManus was a TV show host. Like, a comedian, TV show host. He had his own show called Rove in the early 2000s. I always wanted to watch Rove, but my parents wouldn't let me. I think it's because they found Rove McManus annoying. I don't know why, though. Hey, Sally. Sally says hi. Oh, hey, Sally. Thanks for saying hi. I say hi too, Sally. Do y'all want anything from all these ice blocks? Ice blocks. Ice blocks. Okay, so Deku is Shadow. Alright. Deku is Shadow. We don't have a way of emptying this bottle. We tried to empty it before and it didn't work. Okay, do we go back to adult, maybe? I'm okay with taking damage here, I'm not too fast. Maybe let's go back to adult. Yeah, let's go back to adult, and then we can use that to... We'll go back to adult, and then we can go check out... Maybe see what Fire Temple is? And we can also go to Thieves' Hideout. Alright, that's a good plan. We can also now that we have the bow, we can actually check out Road to Snowhead as well, which is good. Alrighty. Alright. Let me just quickly check. Zel's Lullaby, Epona Song. Sari's Song, I haven't noted down Sari's Song or Serenade. Sun Song check we can't do. Song of Time we can't do. Song of Storms we can't do. Okay, cool. We have done all the song checks that we can do at the moment. We can do some song checks in Majora's Mask though. That's also a good thing to keep in mind. Sorry, bear with me for a second. Okay. Thank goodness. I just got a notification, a really scary notification, saying that David Attenborough had died. It was a joke post. Which, number one, do not joke about these things. It is not cool to joke about people dying. They're all people, man. But also, secondly, my throat was about to leap out of my arms. David Attenborough is a national treasure, and the day he passes away, it is going to be heartbreaking for everyone. I've already had to suffer through the... That makes it sound really selfish. We've already lost Anthony Stewart Head. I cannot deal with losing someone else. For anyone who has ever watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Giles died the other day, and it was genuinely devastating. In fact, he died... the news of his death broke the day of my wedding. And one of my bridesmaids saw the news online, texted another bridesmaid who was already with me saying, don't let Sally check her phone, don't let her look at her phone, don't let her check any messages, don't let her open Reddit, don't do anything. And Jasmine came straight to me, and the first thing I said was, Anthony Head died, and she went, yeah, okay, Callista, it's too late. Whoopsies. I already checked. I turned off my alarm, and the first thing I saw after turning off my alarm was a message from a friend of mine going, Giles died. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm hurting so bad from it. I know it is actually genuinely devastating. Oh shit, yeah, I know Giles, damn, he died. Yeah, Anthony Head died. It's genuinely devastating. Complications of pneumonia at age 72, which is quite young. Quite young. It is very heartbreaking. He was fantastic in Ted Lasso and in Merlin, and he was an amazing Frankenfurter in the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yeah. He was quite young. Yeah, I know. It genuinely, like, it hurts. Not gonna lie. We have lost some really great actors and people over the past few years. And Anthony Head was also a really big supporter of the LGBTQIA, like the LGBTQIA community, to the point where a young trans teen reached out to him, basically turning around saying thank you for being someone who like, thank you for being a parental figure I could look up to on Buffy. And Anthony Head invited the young teen out to his farm and spent the entire day together, and like took him horse riding and all of that, and that is just something incredible. The things that he did for a lot of the LGBTQIA community, absolutely incredible, and I feel like that shouldn't be overlooked. Short but devastating pneumonia. He was also in an episode of Doctor Who. I forgot about that. Yes, he was. He was indeed. It was also a few weeks after the Buffy reboot got canned too. Yeah. Nicholas Brendan, who played Xander in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, died the same week as the Buffy reboot being canned. Obviously, one is a lot more devastating than the other. The death of a human being is always devastating. But it was a rough week for a lot of Buffy fans. It's been a rough time for Buffy fans. I never knew that. Yeah, he was a big supporter of LGBTQIA. Did his death stop the reboot? No. I don't think Anthony Head was connected to the reboot at all. I know he relocated to England, which is why, spoilers for Buffy the Vampire Slayer Head. It's the reason why he was actually partially written out of season 6 was because he wanted to move back to England and spend more time with his family. So he wasn't attached to the Buffy the Vampire Slayer reboot because he was still residing in England, as far as I'm aware. And also because the reboot focused on a new Slayer. So the only confirmed cast were Sarah Michelle Gellar and this new Slayer, as far as I'm aware. So it didn't stop the reboot; it was cancelled independently. Although a leaked potential script, a potentially leaked script, I should say. Like, it wasn't confirmed that was the actual script. In fact, Sarah Michelle Gellar said, "Yeah, that's not the actual script, I don't think." The leaked script it got panned online for being kind of bad. I don't remember much of the script because I didn't look at it much, but it got canned for being kind of bad, and then Sarah Michelle Gellar was like, "No, that's not the script," and I tend to trust Sarah Michelle Gellar on that, but a lot of people thought that it was her way of defending the fact that the script is bad and trying to cover up, like trying to posture or whatever. I don't see that being the case, but damn it. Let's try one more time. But yeah, the network cancelled it. The network they didn't cancel it. They declined to pick it up for series. So when a TV show puts through a pilot, they create a pilot episode, and it's the pilot that the network or whatever, the network or creators give them a little bit of funding to create a pilot, and then the pilot gets shown to the network, and the network can either choose to pick it up or they can choose to go to pass on it. So even if you create a pilot, the pilot is like the show is not guaranteed to exist or go ahead. Damn it! I know we can actually make this jump. I've made it plenty of times before. So the network declined to pick it up after viewing the pilot. There's quite a few cases of a TV show only getting picked up after the execs promised to make changes to the pilot. Changes after viewing the pilot. For example, The Big Bang Theory. Jim Parsons' character of Sheldon Cooper was originally a lot more sexual. And instead of there being the character Penny, there was a character called Katie, and she was a lot more abrasive and rude. And that did not test well with audiences, so they scrapped Katie and brought in Penny, who was a bit more bubbly and happy, and the roles of Raj and Howard were written in after the fact. Buffy the Vampire Slayer also went through some changes. So Willow was recast after the pilot. The original Willow was played by Ruth Reagan, I think her name is. So she got recast after the fact, and there were a few changes to different scenes. In fact, there are quite a few side characters that don't appear in the actual pilot of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but did appear in the unedited pilot of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, primarily Jonathan and Harmony. So there you go. Alright, we're just gonna give up on that jump for now. There we go. What have you got going on this week? Spending time with the hubby? Yeah! So I'll be streaming on Thursday. And then this week, yeah, we've got some plans together. We've got some friends coming over to spend some time after the wedding and everything like that. It was, yeah, it's going to be really nice. A nice relaxing weekend. Yeah, I'm working late tomorrow night, but other than that, a nice relaxing weekend. There was a different actress playing Captain Janeway in Voyager 2 with some French chick, but she didn't click. There you go. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of cases of pilots being rapidly changed. I know the pilot of Angel got changed quite rapidly as well. There's a character called Kate in the first 2 seasons of Angel. Spoilers for Angel. Her original arc was going to be a lot darker, and Angel himself was going to be a lot darker. The first episode was going to be him feeding off a friend who turned victim, and the network rejected it because it was way too dark for the aim of the show. So Angel also went through a lot of rapid changes between pilot and network. Flabby Johns redeemed. Salbow gives her gaming hot takes. Thank you for redeeming that, Flabby Johns. Ooh, okay, what's a good hot take? I'm trying to think. Give me a sec. Okay. Thanks, game. This is a really... I've already forgotten the hot take. Okay, no. This is I feel like this has become a colder take in recent years. It used to be a really hot take, and I feel like it's sort of simmered down. I don't really care for open world games. Like, there are some of the best games of this generation of gaming have been open world games, like Elden Ring and Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, yada yada. For the most part, I don't care about open world games. I feel like if there's an open world game where there's a clear idea of a recommended path that you should follow, but it still gives you the freedom to do whatever you want, that's a different story. But, for example, Breath of the Wild, there is so much happening that it can almost feel overwhelming. You've got so many side quests happening. You've got, and every time you talk to a character, even one that you think is going to be innocuous and nothing interesting, you're suddenly faced with another side quest that you weren't necessarily planning on. The main quests feel vague enough that you've got that sense of adventure, but there's still a lot of, you accidentally walk into areas or cutscenes that spoil the outcome of the game. Tears of the Kingdom has a major issue where the big plot twist of the game can be spoiled really easily. In fact, a lot of people were complaining because the first tier they collected had the big plot twist spoiler. So they missed out on experiencing the story the way that you were intended to experience it, purely because it's an open world game. I just feel like it can be overwhelming. The story can get muddled and confusing if there's no clear path forward or no way to avoid those spoilers. And I as a person with ADHD, I find it personally a struggle to enjoy. Well, I still enjoy open world games, but I find it hard to get the most out of it without feeling completely and utterly overwhelmed. Why did I do that? That was stupid. Oh. So yeah, I struggle a lot with enjoying open world games for that reason, because it feels overwhelming, it feels crowded, and there are so many games being made open world that do not need to be made open world. An open world Pokemon game is literally my nemesis. Give me a route, give me a very linear experience. Give me like, you know, the same route music over and over again with green grass and patches and snowy and... Do not give me an open world Pokemon game. I did not enjoy Scarlet and Violet primarily because it was open world, but with the same limitations where I'd walk into a cave and I've got a team of level 5 Pokemon. I walk into a cave, there's level 5 Pokemon. I walk into the next room of the cave, there is a level 78 Lucario. Why? It's nonsensical. It's nonsensical, and it actively impedes you from investigating and exploring. Anyway, a lot of people sort of hype up open world games as, you know, if a game's too linear, it's bad. And I get it, if it's hand-holdy, sure. If you can't sort of go off the beaten path a little bit, sure. Like, if there's no side quests. Like, Skyward Sword was criticized for being way too linear. And you know what? I say give me more Skyward Sword-esque games. I liked that. My brain could handle Skyward Sword in a way that it can never handle Twilight. It could never handle Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. But yeah, that's my hot take. Yeah, that should be locked behind a site. Yes, it should. It should absolutely be locked behind a quest. The fact that you can get so spoiled so easily is ridiculous. In fact, my recent playthrough of Tears of the Kingdom, keep in mind, I've already experienced 99% of the story before. So I was less worried about spoilers, but at the same time, I still managed to hit major story points without meaning to. And it is so easy to do that in a game that encourages exploration. And obviously they're going, wow, if I hadn't experienced this before, I would actually be kind of annoyed. Because, okay, spoilers for Tears of the Kingdom. It'd be like, you need to go find this construct area. And that's where you're going to find the last plot twist of this game. Well, not really the last plot twist, but you get what I mean. There's there's a major plot twist. And I was like, cool, I don't remember how to get to this construct. This is going to be really cool. I get to almost experience it for the first time again. I don't remember it. Awesome. I'm just going to quickly duck up to the sky for a second and check this one thing out, and then I'm going to go looking. And then I fell out of the sky and landed in a random place. And wouldn't you know it, it was the exact place I needed to go. And I lost all the adventure of checking out all the different clues because it's just so easy to stumble across it by accident. To the point where you kind of, it discourages exploration in the open world because you're so worried about hitting spoilers. Anyway, that's my rant. That's my hot take. I hope you enjoyed my hot take today. I'm taking my hair out of this high pony. It is actually hurting my head. You would think less hair means less pain. It does not. There we go. She's got a cute little bob moment. My hair is looking so messy, but that's okay. But yeah, please let me know what you think of open world games, because I know a lot of people disagree and they think that open world is the way to go. And you know what? If you think that way, pop off, more to you. Must admit, I love the wild era. I love the roleplay of it. Absolutely. Change into clothes like pajamas to nap. Cook and eat. Okay. I will say, I'm so glad I'm not the only one who, as soon as I walk Link into his house, I take off the armor. If I'm playing Breath of the Wild, I put on the switch shirt and the shorts. Yeah. I put on the comfy clothes for him. Bro carries around so much armor, he deserves to have comfy clothes in his own home. Cook and eat. If you could sit on seats and pat dogs, then it'd be the perfect RPG. Yeah, that's true. You can't pet the dog. In old Zelda games, I sort of lose immersion when Link doesn't shower, change clothes, or sleep. I kind of get that. Must be why I love Twilight. You can sort of go into the tavern and pretend to eat and drink. Absolutely. If you have never played Skyward Sword, Ducky, you can sleep in Skyward Sword. And you can use the toilet in Skyward Sword. And that's important to me. Because the entire adventure, Link doesn't seem to poop. But in Skyward Sword, he uses the toilet. I hope that... You should play Skyward Sword for the immersion, just so you can use the toilet. Like a champ. Don't question anything I'm saying. I have no idea what I'm saying. But yeah, no, I'm right there with you. I do love the immersion aspect. Like, keep in mind, I mean, we do have a bathroom in this game, but you can't exactly sit on it, not without pissing off old toilet hand. So I 100% get what you mean. How many bomb shoes do I have realistically? Oh yeah, but you'll... We're not gonna sit here all night and try and do hit an hour, but we'll try and get it for a little bit. Yes, lobster shirt. Yes, I don't remember. I didn't see if that was ISG. The lobster shirt that doesn't have a belt and is loose clothing. Yep. Hylian trousers in Breath of the Wild, and the frostbite pants in Tears of the Kingdom because they look like PJ pants. It's so true. They do. They do look like PJ pants, 100%. No, I haven't played Skyward Sword since I was a kid. A lot of people didn't like Skyward Sword on the Wii because of the motion controls. If you did not like the motion controls on the Wii, number one, the Switch version does have button controls. Give the motion controls another try. As someone who has played with both the button controls and the motion controls on the Switch, give the motion controls another try. You will be pleasantly surprised with how good they are on the Switch. Actually, this is not a great angle. Also, let's... Y'all are crazy. Play the game, then live your life. Don't mix. I don't know. It's a little fun to pretend. That was bad. Let's try again. Oh. Okay. Maybe let's do that. It's sometimes a little nice to pretend. No. Okay, hang on. One more time. One more time. don't like this angle, but we'll try it. Yeah, okay, hang on. Let's straighten it out a little bit. No. That should be better. Yeah, let's try this. Actually. There we go. I like this angle a lot better. I hit the loading zone. Give me a sec. Oh. I overshot. That's okay. It's always better to overshoot than undershoot. Let's go. Alright. So when we do eventually get Song of Soaring from Lon Lon Ranch, we've got Hidden Owl Statue activated, which is going to make things nice and easy for us moving forward. Alright, we've got Camaro Mask, so we might as well just wait here for nighttime. And while we're waiting here for nighttime, let's go clear out Swordsman School. And then we can go Roach's Snowhead. No, I don't want to do the novice course. If you ever accidentally press novice course instead of expert, you can just leave and come back. Of course, you do miss out on one whole rupee. You're fine. But yeah, Ducky, I 100% recommend Skyward Sword. A lot of people did not give Skyward Sword a chance after the Wii because the motion controls were... I didn't find the motion controls on Wii that bad, but I know a lot of people did. Game. There we go. But yeah, if you ever get the chance to play it on Nintendo Switch, even if you have like a friend or something that you can borrow the game from if you don't want to make the financial commitment to a game that you're not too sure on, I can highly recommend it. It is good crap. You know what? Let's leave and come back again. That way we don't have to play through the whole thing. If you miss one jump attack, you lose. You lose, that's it. Alright, let's go. Oh, did I press novice again? Oh my god. Stop yelling at me for trying to leave. Jeez, God. Alright, one more time. One more time. There we go. Oh. Sorry, give me a sec. I've got to straighten out the microphone. There we go. Every so often, the microphone just slips down, and it's... There we go. Much better. Alrighty, Dodonks redeemed a roller coaster fun fact. Thank you for that. Give me a second. I will do the Swordsman School, and then I will give you your roller coaster fun fact. Okay, no. It's a rough day when you're struggling with the Swordsman School course. That's rough, man. I promise you we'll get to your roller coaster fun fact. I promise I'm not ignoring you. I pressed the wrong one. I promise you I'm not doing this on purpose. This bad gameplay is not courtesy of a meme. This is just bad gameplay. I just get impatient and I press the wrong button. No. embarrassing. At least we recouped our money, I guess. If you turn into a Goron and punch this gong, it goes off. There's your fun fact. No, you redeemed a roller coaster fun fact. Let's get that going. There it is, Kimara Mask. Another roller coaster fun fact. Okay. Greg, perfect. Alrighty, we talked about roller coaster. We talked about the Orphan Rocker, a coaster that never opened in Australia. Let's talk about another roller coaster that never opened. In fact, let's talk about two of them. There are two roller coasters in China that were built but never opened to the public. These coasters were both... There's not much known about it, admittedly, so this is a bit of a thin fun fact. Not much is known about these coasters. They are built by Bolliger and Maviard, which do a lot of really cool coasters. B&M do a lot of really cool floorless coasters. So floorless coasters are... you've got your standard seating coaster. You've got your floorless coasters, which are you're sitting on top of the track but you don't have anything underneath you. Like your legs are dangling over the track. Then you've got inverted coasters where you are under the track and your legs are dangling. And then you've got standing coasters, which are becoming a bit of a rarity nowadays. There aren't too many standing coasters, which is a shame because I've always wanted to go on a standing coaster. But yeah, you have all these different kinds of coasters. B&M do a lot of floorless and inverted coasters, which are really cool. They're considered pretty much premium in terms of roller coasters. So it's really interesting that two roller coasters from this really reputable company never opened to the public. So this this theme park in China, it was designed to look like it was designed to be almost like a copy of Cinderella's castle, a Disney dupe, if you will. It looks like a giant castle, and it was built. I don't remember when it was built. Late 2010s, I think. Late 2010s, early 2020. And it was built by some reputable people in China. And it included a lot of attractions, including a carousel, a Ferris wheel, and two Bolliger and Maviard roller coasters. Unfortunately, at the end point of construction, the company that put together that built everything and were running the park filed for bankruptcy. So the construction costs of the park actually wiped them out financially, and they did not have enough money to open the park to recoup their losses. So the company filed for bankruptcy, and as a result, the government took control of the theme park and have not done anything with it. They have not opened it. They have not opened it. It's never been accessible to the public, and it currently sits abandoned. I think there are plans to open it, from my understanding, but so far nothing has happened. Which is a shame, because there are two really cool B&M coasters that, as a result, have never opened to the public. Absolutely wild stuff. Actually, there is something we can do here. Sounds so dangerous. Are the floorless coasters, or like what sounds so dangerous? I'm interested. Roller coasters are very safe. They are very safe. You're not in any danger going on a roller coaster. There are more car accidents and roller coaster accidents. In fact, there are more injuries reported in the car park of Disney parks than there are on any attractions. At a theme park, the car park and the crowd is the most dangerous. There have been more guest altercations and more car park incidents than the rest of the theme parks. Whee! Except for maybe Action Park. We're not counting Action Park in that figure. And if you haven't heard of Action Park, oh boy, are you in for a treat. if you'd like to hear more about Action Park, I can tell you about that. All I'll leave you with for now is that New Jersey, everything's legal in New Jersey. Alright, let's grab some magic beans just for the road. But we are essentially just going to leave and come back here a few times just to get our hearts back up so we can get to the other, so we can get to the Song of Soaring check. Perfect. Okay, you know what? Because I've started thinking about it, I'm going to tell you about Action Park anyway. Action Park was a park in New Jersey. It's still technically open, I think, under new names. Oh, actually, I think it's back under Action Park. It was under a different name for a while, but it's back under Action Park now. And it was it was in the 90s with its original owners. It was a lawless land. In fact, it was so infamous that a lot of locals and a lot of visitors called it Traction Park or Class Action Park. And it was renowned for the amount of injuries and, yes, unfortunately, fatalities. There were a lot of injuries and fatalities, and people at the time saw that as going to Action Park and getting injured was a badge of honor. New Jersey, man. I don't know what to tell you. New Jersey. It was a different time. But there was a lot of really dangerous attractions. The Tarzan swing, where you literally, there was a rope swing into a long drop into a pool. There was that. There was like a huge cliff that you can jump off, except there was people swimming in the pool below, so you'd often find that people would accidentally jump quite a tall distance onto another person, causing injury. There was rafting that you could do without instruction, like without any instructions or guidance. They would literally just load you up in a raft and be like, alright, go off now, have fun. There were bumper cars, and there was a full-functioning, free-flowing bar that the staff also used before and after starting their shift. Okay. Swamp Spider is inverted. Swamp. What is possibly the most horrifying part of Class Action Park, which, yes, there is something more horrifying than a water park where the staff are teenagers and drunk. There were water slides. Any water park has water slides, obviously. But there were water slides that were built so poorly. You've seen them at other water parks, where you've got like the row of 8 slides all going together, like, you know, all separated. They're in one complex and they're all separated because they're all separate slides, but they all end on the same downcline in their separate lanes. The one at Class Action Park was built so poorly that people would often bounce, and they're not on mats or anything, they're just sliding on their stomachs. They would often bounce out of their lane into someone else's lane and often on top of the other person. The slides was that bumpy that people would bounce and get yeeted into the air. I don't know if you've ever been yeeted into the air off a water slide, but that's not supposed to happen. It also hurts. Just saying. And then what was probably the most infamous part of Action Park was the wave pool, which was nicknamed the Grave Pool. And it was estimated that lifeguards would save roughly 6 to 18 people per day. That's a lot of people that need rescuing. It was a particularly rough wave pool. I've been in a wave pool that is half the roughness of the one that was at Action Park, and that was still a rough wave pool. The Raging Waters is in Sydney is turning into an action park. Yes, it is turning into Jamboree Action Park. I am very excited to call that one Class Action Park. Although it is safe, I promise you, that one is safe. It's just the name Class Action Park is so funny to me. Come on, I know FD can make this jump. Stop annoying me. I also just noticed we've got this Stone Tower Temple music going for this. Okay. But yes, the most infamous part of Action Park was the Cannonball Loop. Now, you've heard of the loop on a roller coaster? Yeah, whee, like that. Zelda's Lullaby, that opens up quite a few things for us. The absolute madman who owned Action Park at the time decided to try and put a loop-de-loop on a water slide. In fact, hang on. Just so you can get a clear idea of how this looked. Just so you can have an idea of how this looked. It has its own photo on Action Park's Wikipedia page. Give me a sec. This is the Cannonball Loop. There was no mat, no protective cage or anything like that. People would just freeball it down. In fact, the owner of Action Park paid his employees, I think like something like $100 to go down the slide to test it out. A lot of people ended up getting out of this slide concussed. In fact, apparently a lot of people get concussed on the teeth that were left in the slide from previous people. It got to the point where they actually ended up having to put an escape hatch in because a lot of people couldn't actually make the loop. It was a wild time to be alive in New Jersey, just saying. That's absolutely bonkers. Yeah. That loop also exerted about 9 Gs. 9 Gs on people, which is 9 times the force of gravity. Keep in mind that the maximum a roller coaster is allowed to have is just under 6. About 6. And most roller coasters don't even come close to exhibiting 6. How long was it open? It was, okay, so the Cannonball Loop was only open for like very, very brief periods. Very brief periods. It was open for like a month, and then it was closed, and then I think it was like reopened again for a very brief time, and then the state ordered it be shut. So it was open for a very brief time. Yeah. Cannonball Loop was not for the faint of heart. Some company tried to revive the idea a few years back in like 2014 or something, with like a what do you call it? A test model. With a prototype, except in order to make it safe, they had to devise a steel cage that went around you that looked kind of like a coffin. And you can see why it never got past the prototype stage. No one bought it. No one wanted it. Girl, what happened to Not a Long Stream? I started talking about Action Park and we got carried away. I don't know why, but my brain told me it would be a great place to take a grandma. Oh no, that's brilliant. That's terrible. Flabby is cooked. Oh my god. Oh, take your grandma to Class Action Park. That's actually so funny. Oh my god. That's actually so funny. Okay, so in 2016 it was renamed Mountain Creek Water Park again. So it was called Mountain Creek Water Park and Ski Complex or something like that. In 2010, and then it got changed back to Action Park starting in 2014, and then they restored the name to Mountain Creek Water Park in 2016 because no one wanted to go to Action Park anymore. Unless you're Flabby. In that case, Flabby wanted to take Grandma. Alrighty, we're gonna leave it there. It has been a great stream. It wasn't gonna be a long stream. Oops. But it has been a great one. It feels so good to be back. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining again. Okay. Yeah, it feels so good to be back. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm gonna go rest and relax. I'm gonna let you go. We are streaming Thursday. It feels so good to be back to a normal schedule. We will be streaming Thursday. We will be continuing this. But for now, let's quickly find someone to raid before the ad starts, because there is an ad starting in like a minute. Thank you for stream. I'm keen for regular times. I'm so keen for regular times as well. You got no idea. All right. Bye, Salbow. Oh yes, let's find someone to raid quickly. Let's do this. Thank you for tonight. I love you. I'm your biggest fan. Thank you. Yeah. Bye, Salbow. Bye, everyone. Give me a sec. Let me find someone that isn't like a... Alright, you know what? I'm sending you all over to Slippery Nip for Super Mario 64 16-star practice runs for world record, because if you're going to be watching something, you might as well be watching world record attempts in history. Let's go check out Slippery Nip. Have a great night. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you later. Bye!